Hello everyone, welcome back to the data science program. In this video we'll be discussing about the loop control statements, and this is going to be the last video under loops. In the previous video I said that okay, that's going to be the last video under loops, but actually this is going to be the last video under loops. So last time I forgot about loop control statements. So loop control statements are really important topic, so under Python, so we have to cover that. So this is going to be the last video under loops, and without wasting any time, I will take you guys to the Google Colab notebook. So we will be discussing about loop control statements. Under that we have three conditions: break, continue and pass. So what are loop control statements? So basically loop control statements, they control the execution of loop. We've been running loops, so loop control statements, this break, continue and pass statement, they basically control the execution of loop. You can use any of the you can use any of these statements to break the execution of loop. Under that we'll be covering these three topics. So first we will discuss about the break statement. So break, in break what happens is, suppose we are printing the number from 1 till 50. So we are taking range from 1 to 51 and we are printing I, so we are getting the output from 1 till 51. Suppose we want to break this loop at a particular point or at a particular number. Suppose we want to break this loop at number 25. So you can do that using this break statement. So what we are doing with this break statement is, we are approaching a loop, and when we are providing one condition, and when that condition is satisfied, we are simply breaking or terminating that loop. So I will just show you guys one code without break statement and one code with a break statement. So simply I'll take one for I in range 1 till 15. So I'm okay, sorry, range from 1 till 15, and I'm simply printing I. So if I print, I will get the output from 1 till 14. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. Till 14 I'll be getting the output. See, if I run the cell, I'll be getting the output from 1 till 14. So now suppose if you want to terminate, if you want to break this loop at this point 10. Suppose we want to print from 1 till 10, and at this point we want to break the loop. When the value of I is equal to 11, we simply want to break the loop and we don't want to print the output after that. So what we will do here is, we will take one more for loop for I in range, and we will take the same range because we want to deal with the same numbers. So if this I value is equal to 11, let's say. So now what we want to do here is, we simply want to break this loop. So you use this syntax break to break the loop and according to your condition. So we have given this condition, when the I value is equal to 11, we simply want to break this loop, and we simply want to break this loop. Otherwise we will give one else condition. Under that we will simply print okay, there is some issue with my keyboard. We will simply print I, and now if we print, we will get the output from 1 till 10. If you just see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, because when the I value is equal to 11, we are simply breaking the loop, we are simply terminating the loop, and we don't want to print after this value. So that's about this break statement, and we will see one more example here. What we will do in this example is, we will take a minimum range and a maximum range, minimum number and maximum number. Suppose the minimum number is 10 and the maximum number is 20. Suppose the minimum number is 1, and just for the clarity, minimum number is 1 and maximum number is 10, and we want to find out we want to print all the prime numbers between this range, and we will do that using this break statement. So how to approach this problem? We will take first variable minimum underscore number. Here we will store the minimum number, and the user will provide the input int input and we will ask the user to enter the minimum number. Similarly, we will take one more variable called maximum num, and maximum num we will ask the user again input. We will ask the user to enter the maximum number. Now what we have to do here is, now first we will take the range. We have asked the user to provide the minimum number and the maximum number, so we will take this range to be between this minimum and maximum number. So for I in range, this is going to be between minimum underscore num till maximum underscore num plus 1. This plus 1 because suppose we are taking the minimum number as 1 and maximum number as 10, this last number is not included. That's why we are taking 10 plus 1, that is 11. That means whatever the number you are providing as maximum number, we are adding 1 to that, so that last number is not included. So now we will take one more for loop, and okay, I have to provide this for. We will take one more for loop for j in range, and this range is going to be between 2 to I will first write the code and execute this program, and after that I will give you the explanation. So we are taking this range 2 to I, and what we are doing here is we are checking if I modulus j equal to 0. If this condition is satisfied, we are breaking the loop. Otherwise we will write one else condition, else we will print I. So why I have taken this range, I will just explain. So we have the minimum number, we have the maximum number, so we have the range I from, suppose we are taking the minimum number as 1 and maximum number as 10, so we have this range I range from 1 to 10, that means 1 to 11, so we are taking 1 to 10 range. Now we have this j because we want to divide this these numbers by j, and if that number is divisible by j, that means we have one more factor apart from 1 and the number itself. See why we are taking this range, why we are not starting with 1, because whatever range we are taking here, that number is already, we know that that number is divisible by 1, so one factor we already have, and we have this I. We are not taking this, suppose this range, whatever range we have here, we are not taking that I, we are not adding 1 to this I, because that number is also divisible by itself. So we have two factors. So now apart from the 1 and the number itself, we want to check between these this range, we want to check between these. Suppose we are taking number as 5, so we are not taking 1 and we are not taking 5, because we are not taking 5 plus 1. So if the number is 5, if we are checking 5 whether 5 is a prime number or not, we are not taking 1 and we are not taking 5, we are checking 2 to 4. We are dividing this 5 by we are dividing this 5 between these numbers 2, 3 and 4, and if that number is, if 5 is divisible by any of these numbers 2, 3 and 4, that means we are breaking the loop and we are not printing that number, because that means that number is not prime. Otherwise we are simply printing that number, and that means that number is a prime number. So I will simply execute this piece of code, and we will take minimum number as 1 and maximum number is 10, and now we will see, okay, I think there is some indentation error. Yeah, we have one indentation error here. Now if I run the cell 1 and 10, now we will get all these numbers which are prime numbers between 1 and 10. So when you see when you have the range from 1 till 10, you have these number as prime numbers. So you can give other inputs, you can find out between 20 and 50. Between 20 and 50 we have these numbers as prime numbers. So I will just summarize this problem again. So we have the minimum number, we have the maximum number, and that I range is going to be between this minimum and maximum number. This j value we are taking just to divide this I. We want to divide this I by j, and we don't want to divide this I value by 1 and the number itself. We want to check this I, we want to divide this I value by between this range. So, and if that number is divisible by any of these numbers, that means that number is not prime, and we are simply breaking that loop, and we are otherwise we are simply printing otherwise. That means that number is the prime number. And this I modulus j, because whenever this I modulus j equals to 0, that means we don't have a remainder, that means that number is divisible. So that's about this problem. And now we will see, we have to study about this second topic, continue. Now we will add one more cell to this page. We will study about continue statements. Continue statement. So we will study about continue statement. So break statement, what it does is it basically terminates the loop and we don't get the output afterwards. But what continue does is continue statement does is, suppose we want to break the loop at a particular point, so that particular point will not be executed, and after that we will get all the outputs, and before that also we will get all the outputs. So what I'm trying to say here is, if suppose we are taking one for loop for I in range. Suppose we are taking the range from 1 till 15, and if I equal to, suppose if the I value is equal to 11, what we want to do is we want to continue. Otherwise we will give one else condition, and we will simply print I. And now if I run the cell, see what will happen here is, we will not get this when I equals to 11. At this point we will not get the output, otherwise we will get all the outputs. So we will get I equals to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, but when the I value is equals to 11, we are not getting output here. After that we are getting all the outputs. So that's the you can find out the difference between break and continue. See, in break statement, when the condition is satisfied, I equals to 11, we are not printing anything after that. The loop is only completely terminated. But here we don't terminate the complete loop. We simply terminate that point. We simply terminate that point where the condition is satisfied, and after that we print all the numbers, and after that, before also we print all the outputs. So that's about this continue and break statements. And one more thing I want to add to this, I will add the examples. Real life example. Real life example. And first we will add break. So break in break, if you carefully think, what could be the real life example where we are using the break statements. So when we are searching anything in database, suppose you are searching, suppose you have 100 names in a database, and you want to find Rohit. Suppose you want to find out Rohit. So you are searching linearly, you are going from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and suppose if at the number 10 you get Rohit. So why do you want to search after you are getting Rohit? You don't have to actually do that. So in such scenarios we use break conditions. When we are getting the output, when this condition is satisfied, we don't want to execute the loop again. We simply want to terminate the loop. So that's the one of the real life examples where we are using break statements. And one more we will see, this continue statement. So in continue statement, here I will write statement continue statement. So in continue statements, if I would give an example. Suppose we are printing the products, e-commerce products. If you take e-commerce products, so, when inventory is 0. So you are printing all, suppose you are going on Amazon, and if you are searching for a product, you are getting, if you are searching for mobile phones or any other products, so you are getting all the products whose inventory is not 0. So you have this Redmi phone or Apple phone or any phone. So why you are getting that product on the Amazon page is because the inventory is not 0. When we have inventory equals to 0, that means when there is no product, then what we do is we basically use this continue statement. So we basically skip that product and we print all the products before that product and all the products after that product, but we simply skip that product when the inventory is 0 or the product number is equals to 0. So in the stocks, if you don't have a product, suppose we are taking Apple 11, if you are taking the example of Apple 11 or any version. So if that inventory is only 0, if the stock is 0, you don't want to see that Amazon, they don't want to simply show that product on the Amazon page. Simply what they will do is simply they will use this continue statement, and simply they will skip that product and they will show other products. So that's about this example. So break example, whenever we are doing the searching in the database or any linear searching, whenever you find out, okay, you want to search this particular name and you are getting that name, that means you are done with the process and you don't want to continue the loop, you simply break the loop. And in continue statements, suppose when you are searching for a product and the inventory is 0, you don't want to print that product on the e-commerce website. So there we use continue statements. So that's about these examples about a break and continue. And now we have one last topic called pass statements. Basically it's a simple concept, you don't have to do too much. We will cover pass statements. So why we use pass is, suppose you are writing a piece of code and you don't know the logic, what you will be writing, what logic you will be writing in the upcoming future. So if you don't write the logic, suppose if you simply use this for I in range, and if you simply giving this range, okay, and you don't want to write the logic, okay, for I in range. So suppose if you simply write suppose if you don't want to write the logic inside this for loop, and if you try to print, you will get error, you will get the error here. So what you can do in such scenarios is, suppose you want to add some logic in the upcoming future, and right now you want to just write down this for loop. So what you can do here is you can simply write one pass statement here. So you can simply write for I in range 1 to 15, and you can simply write pass. So when you write pass here, you won't get any error, because you are simply passing this statement. You will add some logic in the upcoming future. So if you now run this cell, you are not getting any error. So you can come back and you can write the logic, and not only with the loops, you can use these pass statements otherwise also. So that's about these control flow statements. These are really important topics, so you should know about these topics. And till now we have covered 4 videos on loops, and we have finished everything inside loops. So in the next video we will start to study about the data types one by one, and that's about this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you.